something occurred to me here recently, just the strange phobias that our families obviously have. And I had observed one for the 40,000th time in my home, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pitch that out on the blog and see if anybody can relate. And so here's what I threw out to them. I said, you know, I really do believe that there are some people that I know under my own roof that have what I'm calling trashcanaphobia. And that means that somehow with the trash can only a few feet away, that everything collects on the counter. I mean, it's like just reach here and throw it away. Maybe it's Sweet and Low packets. That's the main one. Anybody? I mean, it's not a big deal to pick it up, but it's just our codependence. We're going to go behind it, and we're going to pick it all up. But it could be an empty milk carton, but it's like you're the only person somehow that can walk it from here just right over to here. I even laid out a tape measure to just measure how far would it have been. Because there was a fruit bowl, and there was just all this peel to the orange, and it was like, just feet away. And it occurred to me that my loved one could not help it. The person had trashcanaphobia. And so what happened after that is that some of the people on the blog began chiming in according to different phobias their own families had shown. We had shoeracophobia, and that means when you cannot seem to put your shoes up. That they just stay in a pile even though the rack is just right there. This was one of my very favorite ones, and this one needs a very large support group. There were many that wrote in about this one. This is toilet rollophobia. And this is the phenomenon of not somehow being able to take off the empty roll, that we put the full one down on the floor even though the empty one, I mean, it's just like, right here, like right here. But just somehow changing it and putting it in, you may be the only one in your house capable of putting the toilet roll back on the tube. It may be just you, because why? Your loved ones cannot help it. They have toilet rollophobia. And then there's laundraphobia. That is when the laundry just piles up and to the heavenlies, and like the glory of God just shines down upon it. It's just like the tent of meeting where it just constantly calls to you, but you never do anything with it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There were others that cried out with a phobia called foldophobia. In other words, they can get the laundry done, they just cannot get it put up. Some of you know about that. Hangatelophobia, when people just can't seem to hang up the towel that's laying on the floor. One of them said that their family was suffering from toilet seatophobia, that they just cannot. They're scared of it. They're scared to put the lid down. They're frightened of it. It's not their fault. They cannot help it. They're scared of it. They're terrified of it. Mopophobia, where just like one woman said, I don't mind vacuuming. I don't mind sweeping, but I'm scared to death of a mop. It's just, it's a phobia, just terrified of it. And I started thinking in terms of our series that we're in, that for some of us, we have helophobia. We're scared to death that what it would take to cooperate with God for healing is going to somehow hurt so badly that we will never survive it. And you know what? That is one of the biggest lies the enemy tells us. That is the big deception. We live with the pain day in and day out and never let him get us to freedom because we're afraid of what it would take. When, listen, aren't we in enough pain already? Are you telling me it would be worse than what we're already going through?